hello, hello, this finger puppet is for me.
She's right, that finger puppet is for my little 4-year-old daughter. So I began this project by taking some of this beautiful yellow yarn that's made out of cotton, and I'm pulling a lot of strands off in order to make braids. So I tape it down to my desk, and then I am using 6 strands of yarn to make the braids for this finger puppet. And she's going to have pretty long braids, not too long, but pretty long. So I go ahead and I braid this hair, and then I tie it off with a little bit of yarn, and now I'm gluing it onto the finger puppet base, which can be found at achildsdream.com, and I think they are sold for $7.50 for a package of 5. So I went ahead and I did the other braid, and now I am just going to glue it on to the other side. And I know it doesn't look so nice now, even with her bangs in place, but that's okay because I'm going to cover her hair with a little headband. So I'm choosing this beautiful yellow, and I cut a small little triangle out, and it's too small. It's not going to fit her head, and I'm going to have to cut another piece. And I apologize, I'm going to be a little bit out of frame for parts of this video. I wasn't paying attention. So I trim up her bangs, and then I add some glue just to add a little bit more hair on either side of either side of her bangs, because I felt like it just didn't have enough. And then I cut off the excess, and now I can go ahead and glue that bandana in place. And then I add some hot glue to the back, and I go ahead and glue down the little flap. So now that the hair is done, and I always find this to be the longest part of the process, I go ahead and I'm choosing some felt for her outfit, and I'm using wool felt, and this is a beautiful white color, and I just cut a little rectangle piece and I rounded the bottom part, and this is a little bit long for the finger puppet, but she does manage to stand up straight and not tip over. Sometimes I need to trim it down a little bit to make it even. But this is really nice and long. So with that little extra piece of triangle that I cut too small for her headband, I thought maybe I could turn it into an apron, but I decide against that, and I pull this mustardy yellow color to make her a cape. And I cut a rectangle piece again, and I just round the bottom parts, and I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not using a pattern, and so I sometimes need to add, or rather I need to trim a little bit off if I don't measure correctly. So I am satisfied with this. It's not like perfectly centered, but I'm okay with it, and so I add a little bit of hot glue, and I just glue it down in the center, and I'm adding this little it's like a little wood piece to the front, and I decide that the little rounded piece is too small, so I'd rather add a little detail to her headband. So I'm using some yellow colored wool to add just a little detail to the top of her headband. So this finger puppet came together pretty quickly. It took about 15 minutes or so to make, and she's all done, and my little 4-year-old is delighted with her. Thanks for watching.